Hi, I'm Olivier de Turquem, Solution Architect at Cycloid. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a service in the Cycloid service catalog leveraging Pulumi. So the end users can use the self-service portal from Cycloid and they can just deploy some resources, some infrastructure leveraging Pulumi without having any skills about infrastructure as code. So let's get started. I'm going to first create a new stack in the service catalog. So I'm going to click this button, create from template. Hopefully here we have a Pulumi template already, as well as Terraform. We can also use Helm chart, Ansible. It's pretty much agnostic to the underlying technologies. In this case, we are going to focus on Pulumi here. So let's choose this one. We are going to deploy on Azure and deploy storage account and a resource group. So I'm going to call it Azure storage account. I'm going to push it in a catalog repository. So I've previously connected my catalog repository in here. Connected in this case, it's a code commit. You can use GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket or whatever you like. And Cycloid is going to prepare a stack and push it into my Git. We work in a GitOps manner. So I'm going to create the stack. And here it is. So the stack has been successfully created. Let's have a look what we have in our Git repository. So I'm going to first do a Git pull here to refresh locally what has been created. So the important file here is the .cycloid.yaml, which is the sort of metadata of the stack we've just created. So I'm going to the order, I can change it eventually. What I can do also is to change the logo of my stack. This is a generic blank logo, so to make it nicer I can put an Azure storage account logo, and then I'm going to save this. The second file, very important, is the .form.yaml, which is the definition of the stack form for end users using the self-service portal. They will have a nice to use web form where they will have inputs to input, for example, resource group, storage account name, things like that. Some Pulumi settings eventually, so it's kind of optional, but if you want a user to, for example, enter the access token to connect to your Pulumi cloud account, you could do it here. It's very optional, so eventually you can add the Pulumi access token directly in the vault and don't ask the end user to enter this. That's really up to you. And the next thing we are going to do now is to do a Pulumi login, because we need to create some Pulumi projects. So let's make sure we are logged in. So if you have to provide a token, right, to connect to your Pulumi cloud account. So I'm connected as Olivier3T in this case. This is an individual user in this case. And then I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to do that in my stack. So cd Azure storage account, that's the canonical name of the stack we've just created. In there I can see my pipeline and my readme, so that's the file we basically have here. And I'm going to create Pulumi directory where I'm going to go now, and in this directory I'm going to create a new Pulumi project. So for that I'm going to say Pulumi new, and we're going to deploy on Azure. So Azure TypeScript. I'm going to select TypeScript as my Pulumi language, enter that, and here I'm going to say what is the project name. So in this case I have default values I already put in my pipeline and so on about the project name. You can eventually expose this through the form, through the stack form, so the user could eventually change the project name. But for everything to work smoothly, I will recommend you to use storage-account. And then the project description, let's keep it this way for now. And the stack name would be, in my case, Olivier3T, so which is my username, but you can also use your organization name, for example, and slash, let's call it demo, for example, the stack name. So I'm going to create that. The location then, default location could be, for example, West Europe. It's really up to you. And then it's going to create my Pulumi project. Okay, my Pulumi project is created. I have effectively some files now in my Pulumi directory. What I want to do next is to use the parameters that my end user can actually customize in my stack form. For example, you remember we have this storage account name, resource group name, and these two parameters are passed actually to my Pulumi project. So I want to make use of them here. So I'm going to paste these 3 lines, which is basically import of the Pulumi configuration, which is an object containing these variables. So the RG name is the resource group name, and I'm going to make use of it here. So when I create the resource group, I'm going to call it according to this RG name variable passed by the end user. I'm going to show you how end-to-end that works from the end user experience point of view, and I'm going to do the same for storage account name, and the storage account name is passed here. Okay, so I think that looks good. I'm going to save that, and the next thing I want to do is to add all these files. Actually, I'm going to commit the new Pulumi project in my stack. Okay, and then I'm going to do git push to push that back in my Git repository. So now I'm going back to the Cycloid portal. We are going to first update the catalog repository because we have just updated the logo of our stack, so it's refreshing the logo. Just do that, and then we can go to the service catalog, and here it is. You can see the Cycloid stack, which is essentially the Pulumi project behind this, exposed in a nice way with stack form and easy to use web form in the self-service portal in Cycloid, so the end user can use it in a very easy way. So now I'm going to use it. I'm going to demonstrate how the end user use it. So you can just select Azure Storage account, because that's what as an end user I want to create now. My storage account, that's the name of my project in Cycloid. I'm going to create an environment, let's call it demo. And then here is the stack form where you can customize deployment. So first of all, this is all the credentials you need to deploy the resources in your Azure subscription with a tenant, client ID, and so on. So these are the credentials you need. Next, what we have defined is that the end user can define the resource group name. Let's give it a name like MyRG. Then the storage account name, same thing. So let's call it MySA, for example. And here we can see that we have some validation error because the front end in Cycloid obviously validate the name according to the Azure requirements. So here it says we need lowercase letters, so let's call it SA. So which is actually essentially avoiding some errors at execution time in Pulumi. So you have pre-validation here. The Pulumi stack was a demo, so let's put it this way, and this is the Pulumi access token that the end user may want to choose. You can comment out in the .form.yaml if you want to put it directly hard-coded in the stack. You can do the same for the stack name as well. It's really up to you, so you can customize this in the .form.yaml depending what you want to expose exactly to the end user, so you have full control on that. Next, I'm going to create the project, and the pipeline will run, and Pulumi app is going to run. So let's go to Pulumi app. I'm clicked on this plus, which is triggering a new build for this Pulumi app job, and the Pulumi app job is now running. So I've paused the video. The job is now running for about 2 minutes. We can go in the job details and see what is happening. So the first thing is that it gets the Pulumi project code to be able to execute our Pulumi app, and here you can see all the commands that have been executed. So you have really the details with the time span here on each of the tasks. If I go down, you can see where it is now, so you can see that it is actually updating the stack. The resource group are being created now, and if I go to my resource group in my Azure console, I can see that my RG has been created effectively, and that my storage account has not been created yet. So let's wait. And now we can see that the service, the storage account has been created successfully with my SA, and Pulumi is adding these random characters after the name. But you can see that we have provided my SA as the name of the storage account, so the storage account has been created successfully, and now, which is green, so it means the job has been successfully completed. And then now I can run a Pulumi destroy if I want to destroy these resources I just created. So my Pulumi destroy job is still running. Let's go and figure out what is going on in these details. So you can see that the configuration is set, it got the project, and actually we have now 3 resources that have been deleted, and the job is now green, which means everything should be destroyed by now. If we go back to the resource group, normally if I go to this resource group, yeah, the resource is not found. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to contact us if you want to know more or if you have any questions, and have a good day. Bye.